I'm excited for a church that doesn't have a home base. And what I mean by that is I see at one point in the future that there's a church plant where there is no large church sending them out, but it's a person who's preaching from a small gathering of some sort and providing content and curriculum and community and coaching all from that point out into the masses. And I see it as a fully decentralized church, no centralization. And he shares leadership with multiple people and they ping pong the type of preaching and responsibility. Because right now, primarily, the way a lot of churches are done, and then kind of on top of that layered online ministry, is you have a large church that kind of broadcast out. Well, with the internet, you don't need a lot of technology and setup. You can have a camera, some good Wi-Fi, and you can decentralize yourself the same way as Amazon decentralizes itself and doesn't need physical buildings. I think this is going to happen with the church, and I'm excited in the coming years and decades to watch young women and men coming out of seminary going, I don't need, all this money to start preaching and building a team. And the idea is having somebody just like a vlogger or a YouTube star or whoever, they just start preaching. And then they use that crowd mechanism of views and kind of building an audience online to launch physical gatherings. And I've seen some of this in minor ways, but what's really hard is when you have a large physical church, you have to do things to make that happen. And those people become the primary audience. And anything that happens online is a secondary audience. And so what I'm excited about is somebody not going from a large physical gathering and then embracing the internet. I'm looking at somebody who's only thinking about people far away and decentralizing their strategy. So there is no haves and have-nots type of mentality. It's everybody's on the level playing field. They're all in small gatherings in homes. That future is really exciting. I think the internet and online ministry going from online to offline, embracing some of these paradigms is going to make church planting a lot more affordable. You're still going to need to be a gatherer. This is the number one thing, even with, having a presence online. Are you interesting? And you could be interesting because you're interesting. You could be interesting because you could be gimmicky. But you still need to have that. People need to gather around you. And I think you're going to have a lot more failures because it's cheaper. Right now, you need people to fund you, which means you have to be a fundraiser. But with the internet, people can just put up a camera and just go. See a lot more misfires. But I think the potential for growth is just amazing. And what's really exciting is a lot of church planting is around getting a physical building. You have to get a physical space. And that usually costs a lot of money, takes a lot of risk. You have to sign a lease or whatever. But you could do a video just like this. And then you encourage people to start small groups and Bible studies and, movements. You'd be fully decentralized. That's a future I'm excited to see someone do. I've been part of a couple where I've seen them do it, but you could see that they're still thinking about the physical gathering. And right now, this is the broadcast campus. Hey, let's get a building together so we can record it and do it. But I'm pumped for a fully decentralized church, a fully decentralized local church that's over a bunch of home gatherings. Kind of what happens in Asia and the Middle East, but see that on a larger scale, especially considering younger people they tend to be more skeptical of larger gatherings. And I think the internet could come alongside some very gifted communicators and preachers and decentralize, and no need to get 1,000 people in one room. You can have 10,000 people in 10,000 rooms. That vision, I can't wait till it happens.